Hello there, I'm Beth and I am with Crafty Corner. We are an online Cricut authorized retailer with educational and inspirational videos as well. Today I want to show you my trick for lining up engraving blanks perfectly. Let's jump into Design Space. The first thing I'm going to do is head over to the Shapes section and grab a circle. I am going to increase my canvas so you can see this a little better. Next, I am going to size this circle to the same size as my acrylic blank that I will be using. I want it to stay a perfect circle, so I want to leave the lock on. This is my design I will be engraving today. So here comes my tip. I am going to click on the circle and come up here to Operation and change this to Pen. Now I am left with just the outline of the circle, which normally it would draw. I am then going to size my turtle design to fit inside the outline of this circle. We will not actually be drawing anything, but I'll show you why this helps in a minute. I am going to select both the circle and the design and click on Attach. Then I'm also going to click on the turtle design and change the operation to Engrave. Then we can hit Make It. This is where that tip comes in handy. I can now move my project here on the mat to wherever I want. I am still able to see exactly where to line up my blank. Otherwise, we would have to try to guess where to put the turtles to have it line up exactly with your circle. I always pull my projects away from the corner of the mat to allow for room to place the tape. When it's where I like it, I will hit Continue. It will look for my machine via Bluetooth. I can then select my material by clicking on Browse All Materials and searching for acrylic. And I select the acrylic. I am also going to select More under the pressure. Now, it will say that we need a pen in clamp A, but we are not going to put a pen in. To change the quick blade housing to the engraving tip, you will push down on the button on the top and it will release the blade. You can then insert the engraving blade onto the housing. The engraving tip looks like this with the number 41 on it. I will undo clamp B and remove the fine point blade and insert the engraving blade. Again, remember, we're not putting anything in clamp A. Now for our blank. Mine comes with a protective layer on both sides. So I remove just one side, and I can then place my circle exactly where I have the circle in Design Space. It is important to look or remember where you moved the design to in the map preview screen so that it engraves exactly where you want it to. I like to use my brayer to really adhere it to the strong grip mat. I then take painter's tape and tape all around the outside. Try to stay as close to the edge as possible. If it engraves where you have the tape, it isn't always a big deal, but it could mess up your design. Now I'm ready to load my mat. I have the star wheels pushed all the way to the right. I will click Load and go. It will first act as though it is drawing the circle, but because we didn't put anything in clamp A, then it doesn't actually draw. It will then double check that the correct blade is inserted and then it will begin to engrave. When it's done engraving, I will unload the mat and check out my engraving. It does leave some acrylic shavings behind, and so I just used some tape and removed them easily. I can then remove the outside tape. And there's my turtle engraving. All that's left now is adding the keychain hardware and the little green tassel. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you liked this engraving blank tip. Here is another video on engraving with a Cricut. Head on over to Craft-e-Corner.com to purchase your maker machine or the engraving blade. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of our Cricut tips. See you next time.